I should have known something was off the moment my mother-in-law handed me that gift box with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Inside? A cleaning apron. Bright red. With "Family Helper" stitched across the front. Everyone laughed. My sister-in-law actually clapped. And my father-in-law said, "Well, since you don't contribute much financially, at least you can contribute this way." The entire room erupted. That was the moment I realized this wasn't a joke. It was a message. Before we go any further, if you value stories like this, take a second to subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you know. Now let me tell you what happened next. My name is Elena. I'm 32. I've been married to Daniel for 3 years. When we first got together, Daniel was finishing grad school. I was already working full-time in marketing. I paid most of our rent that first year. I covered groceries, utilities, sometimes even his tuition gaps. I never held it over him. But his parents? They never forgot that he wasn't the provider. In their eyes, I was the ambitious outsider who controlled their son. And at Christmas dinner, they decided to put me in my place. After the apron incident, dinner only got worse. My sister-in-law Melissa bragged about her new SUV. Her husband's bonus. Their new house in the suburbs. Then she turned to me. "So Elena, still at that little office job?" "Little." I smiled politely. "Yes. The little job that covers our mortgage." Silence. Daniel squeezed my hand under the table, but he didn't say anything. That hurt more than the joke. Later that night, I overheard my mother-in-law in the kitchen. She married up. Don't forget that. Married up. To a man whose credit score I rebuilt. Whose student debt I helped refinance. Whose career I supported before it even began. I went home humiliated. But humiliation does something interesting. It either crushes you, or it sharpens you. On December 26th, I made a decision. No drama. No confrontation. Just clarity. I separated our finances. Up until then, everything was joint. My salary. My bonuses. My savings. I opened a personal account. I stopped covering Daniel's discretionary spending. I paid my half of the bills. Nothing more. He noticed within 2 weeks. "Did something happen?" he asked carefully. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I simply said, "I realized I've been overcompensating. And I'm done proving my worth." That conversation was uncomfortable. But it was necessary. Then something unexpected happened. Daniel got laid off right before New Year's. The company downsized. His position was eliminated. He was devastated. And guess who he called first? Not me. His parents. They told him to come home for a while. They said they'd figure something out. So we drove there on December 30th. Same house. Same dining table. Same judgment. Except this time. They weren't laughing. Because they assumed I would step in again. Cover everything. Rescue the situation. Play the supportive wife. But I had already shifted the dynamic. When my father-in-law asked, "So you'll be handling expenses while he gets back on his feet?" I calmly replied, "We'll each handle our responsibilities." The room went quiet. Melissa smirked. "Well, hope you saved." I met her eyes. I did. Daniel looked confused. Because he didn't know the full picture yet. You see, while everyone underestimated my little job, I had been investing consistently for years. Quietly. Methodically. And 3 weeks before Christmas, I received a promotion offer from a competitor company. Higher title. Significant raise. Signing bonus. I hadn't told anyone yet. Not even Daniel. Because I wanted the moment to speak for itself. On New Year's Eve, while everyone was gathered in the living room watching the countdown, Daniel checked his email. He had another rejection. His shoulders slumped. My mother-in-law sighed dramatically. This is why stability matters. I stood up. I have something to share. I turned toward me. I accepted a new position starting next month. Polite nods. Then I added the number. The salary. The bonus. And the relocation package, which included corporate housing in a major city 3 states away. Silence. Pure silence. Melissa blinked first. Wait, you're moving? Yes, I said. Daniel and I are moving. Daniel stared at me. You didn't tell me. I was waiting for the right moment. My father-in-law cleared his throat. Well, that's impressive. Impressive. Not little jobby anymore. Not married up. Suddenly, I wasn't the outsider. I was the opportunity. My mother-in-law forced a smile. We're proud of you. That word felt strange coming from her. But here's the twist. 2 days later, Daniel and I had a serious conversation. I told him everything I felt. About the apron. The comments. The silence. And I told him something else. I won't stay in a marriage where I'm disrespected publicly and defended privately. He didn't argue. He apologized. Not just for Christmas. But for the pattern. He agreed to counseling. He agreed to boundaries. And when he called his parents to tell them we'd be limiting visits for a while? That's when it happened. My phone rang. It was my mother-in-law. Her voice was softer than I'd ever heard it. I think we may have been unfair. May have been. I let her finish. We didn't realize how much you've done. Daniel explained everything. We're sorry. Sorry. From the same woman who handed me an apron in front of 20 people. I didn't gloat. I didn't snap back. I simply said, respect isn't seasonal. It's consistent. And for the first time. She listened. By New Year's Day, the dynamic had shifted completely. No more jokes. No more subtle digs. No more married up. Because here's the truth about humiliation. It only works if you accept the role they assign you. I refused. I didn't scream. I didn't create a scene. I didn't post passive-aggressive quotes online. I adjusted. I elevated. I let results speak. And when the same people who tried to belittle me had to call and apologize. That wasn't revenge. That was balance. So if you're sitting at a table where they're laughing at you, let them. Just make sure by next year, they're the ones swallowing their pride. And if this story resonated with you, if you believe in quiet strength and earned respect, subscribe to the channel. There are more stories like this coming. Because sometimes the best comeback is simply leveling up.